Democrats go on their anti-oligarchy tour. Welcome to the Doug channel.
The thing that I want to pick up on, Eugene, is the question I kind of put on the table is this approach. I love it. Yeah. First off, the oligarchy tour, I think, kind of misses middle America a little bit, because again, Democrats, in my view, being tone deaf from what the American people are saying. Folks sitting at the local pub aren't using the term oligarchy.
Okay, wait, but I'm sorry. They're in middle America. He launched a tour in Omaha. They were in Denver.
Look, again, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you launch it. It's what you say when you launch it. And if you're using terms and phraseology, right, that is not directly connecting people, then that becomes a concern in the process. You're covering this here on the Hill and out on the streets. What are you hearing the response is to this?
I think, I talked to a bunch of Democrats this week who are happy that this tour, these kinds of things are happening just like you, but they agree. They think that the word oligarch is maybe one that they should skip, right? And go with something like corruption or something like that, right? That makes clear that there's a connection there and that people understand in their everyday lives, and one that is already kind of exists in the lexicon of our political environment, and that that gets people riled up. And so that's one. But I do think that someone has been waiting for anyone to do anything, right? Looking for some member of Congress, whether it be Bernie Sanders or Hakeem Jeffries or someone, to find a way to gather people together, rile them up, and then more importantly, channel that into something else, right? What happens after that? And that's kind of where they are. And so,
should you dress up like the caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland if you're going to do a show? They're still hung up on the word oligarchy and their own vocabulary. These are three disconnected people from anyone in middle America and any voter. But let's go to AOC. I'd rather see AOC in her own words explaining oligarchy.
Because we are witnessing an oligarchy in America. And that is when those with the most economic, political, and technological power destroy the public good to enrich themselves while millions of Americans pay the price.
Who destroyed the public good to enrich themselves more than the Democrats and their oligarchs? I'm only saying, if we're against the rule of the rich, where were the Democrats at when it was Democrats, rich people, and elites ruling us? Here, watch the Laura Ingraham show here.
For the Democrats to rail against the oligarchy. I'm teeing this up for you on a Friday night, girl. Who's for the oligarchy here?
Thank you so much for your kind words and for having me. Look, here is the thing that your viewers have to remember. Every accusation from a Democrat is a confession. The Democrats are now the party of the wealthy. For every billionaire who backed President Trump in the election, Kamala Harris had 2. 75% of donations that came from hedge fund managers went to Democrats. 75% of Silicon Valley donations went to Democrats. 65% of Americans making over $500,000 a year now are Democrats. Wow. Meanwhile, President Trump absolutely crushed with Americans making under $100,000 a year. He has single-handedly taken the GOP and made it the party of the glorious, multiracial American working class, the hardest working Americans. And Laura, if you want to understand why President Trump is doing anything, whether it's controlling the border, imposing tariffs, getting us out of wars that have nothing to do with us, look at the polling with hardworking Americans who make under $100,000 a year. These are the things that absolutely crush with them, whether they're on the left or on the right. This is a unity president with a unity agenda, and that, Laura, is why the Democrats hate him, because they have absolutely nothing with which to fight him.
Ah, these are good times. We're winning, they're losing. Trump is not the party. We're not the party of oligarchs. It's the Democrats, because they, like she said, they always accuse Republicans of what they actually do. Thanks for watching the Doug channel. Give us a subscribe.